Now the theory has expanded. Now P. Diddy is the one that's said to have called the hit out on Pac, right?
Right.
So you remember that Brotherhood of Death that I brought up, that Skull and Bones?
Yeah, 322 or 223.
Yep, 322. So Skull and Bones, which is the Brotherhood of Death, 322. So it's very interesting that P. Diddy was 322 months old at the time of Tupac's death on September 13th, 1996. Mm. He was 322 months old. Now, Tupac's last album was All Eyes on Me, his last album while he was alive. Now, the length was 132 minutes and 20 seconds. Not to mention that the day that this album came out was on a day leaving 322 days left. So they was letting you know through the numbers that Tupac demise was coming, whether it really happened or not. I don't know. I might just be like, my cognitive dissonance might be kicking in when it pertains to Tupac, because I just can't let it go that I don't think he really died. And for some reason, I just can't let that go. I could be dead wrong. No pun intended.
You don't think Tupac did?
For some reason, I just don't. That's just one. And it's probably because that was probably one of the first conspiracy theories that I had heard of and started digging real deep on. Because if we just look at his last album, which was called Illuminati, the 7-Day Theory. Now, Tupac was working on this before he passed away. He recorded it in July and August, and it wasn't released until after. But it always had this name, the 7-Day Theory. Yeah. Now, if you remember, Tupac didn't die the same day that he got shot. He got shot September, 7th? And then he died on the 13th, which means that he died on the 7th day.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. I must look on September 7th. That's when he got shot. He died from his wounds 6 days later, which means on the 7th day was when he passed away. And he literally had an album called The 7-Day Theory.
So he was letting you know he was about to. It sounds like he was leaving the Matrix. He was letting you know.
Right.
I'm out. The character is about to die, but I'm out.
Right. And then, okay, let's add that character in there, because the official death date was September 13th, 13/9, 139. Tupac Shakur equals 139 when you run the English language forwards. Damn. And that's the exact day that he passed away, the 13th of September. Not to mention he passed away on the 13th. Just like Tupac equals 13.
What about if he put his whole name first, middle, and last?
So you talking about his real name or Tupac Amaru Shakur?
Tupac Amaru Shakur. Or they may go by the birth name before the mama changed it. I don't know.
193. 139, the acronym, or not the anagram of 139.
Still there.
But I want to point something out about his first and last name, Lassane Crooks, his birth name. So now we also have a parallel to the Kimberly Porter situation, because Kimberly Porter equals 187, right? The code for murder.
Right.
Lassane Crooks also equals 187.
Damn.
And that was his birth name. So maybe he is gone, and that's just something I need to let go. That Tupac is really gone. Nah.
Or maybe he went back to living and he's just now living as Lassane.
Could be. That could be possible too. I don't be throwing nothing off the table.
Even though they say his mama changed his name when he was like 2 or 3, if you think symbolically, metaphorically, then he's basically been 2 people his whole life. So I could kill the character. I could sacrifice the character to the game. If the game is telling me it's time for a sacrifice, he wasn't gonna sacrifice his mama. That's just he wasn't gonna do that.
Right.
I already have 2 of me. I'll just sacrifice the character
and just
go
disappear.
back to a regular life and lead a game. Okay,
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Because if you think about it, in the industry, pretty much everybody either unofficially or officially changes their name.
It's true.
Pretty much everybody.
It's true.
So I could see symbolically saying, "I'll give you the character," and because the game was dirty anyway. He might have been tired of playing that shit.
And there's another parallel here with the number 213, right? Meaning racism, black people, and remember, Tupac's mother was a Black Panther.
Yes, she was.
And so with that being said, with this number 213, All Eyes on Me, his last album before whatever the fuck he did, it was released February 13th, 2/13. And he died 213 days later. Damn. Just like the word death. Get the word death equals 213 in satanic. It's a lot of coding. It's a lot of coding in this thing. What else? The day that Tupac Shakur passed away was on 137 and 47 date numerology. 137 and 47. Just like Lassane Crooks equals 137 and 47.
It's all lining up. Damn. So, bro, that really means that, like, we really don't know what's real and what's fake when it comes to media, history, really all this shit.
It's a lot of it's all based on numerology, narratives, tying in historical events, all those things, especially in sports. Like when you're trying to bet on sports, a lot of the mistakes people make is actually like when it comes to like who's going to win the championship and who's going to win the Super Bowl. A lot of mistakes people make when they bet is they're taking the team's skill. They're looking at each team's skill. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about narratives. It's all about storylines. It's all about numerology. And it's all about tying in historical events that happened in the past, bringing them back and connecting them to some type of ritual.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.